Yo, what's up, YouTube? It's your boy Bam Bam, No Limitation Rideshare. Welcome back, guys. This one, off the bat, I'm going to go ahead and say I'm going to be very thorough in this one. I want to talk about the flat surge. I want to talk about Uber versus Lyft and what's better in certain situations. But first, let's look at the statistics. We got 1,004 with Uber. There's a $3 tip in there that wasn't there a minute ago. Thank you out there. Appreciate you. We've got 358 with Lyft. In total, came out to I averaged about 22 an hour this week. A little bit less per hour on Lyft than Uber. So we got 1360. It'd be 1362. I drove 866 miles this last week, which reminds me I need an oil change. So I averaged about $1.50 a mile. That's what I want to do. I want to average about $1 a mile for the every mile I drive, because depreciation is loss of money. Yeah. So I take into effect how many miles I'm driving to make this money also. So yeah, we got that, and then there's a few more things I want to go over, including I want to talk about the flat surge. So first, we're going to talk about, where are you? So, okay, the ideal situation happened on last night, okay, where it started raining, and with Uber, I can see trip duration. While I was getting all these like 3 to 6 minute trips in the hour of 9 o'clock. That's what we're looking at. And we're going to do 9:07 to 10:02 because that's an hour. That's an hour of time we're looking at. So between those 4 trips right there, there is $7 in tips that we're not going to include because it's too unpredictable to know if somebody's going to tip or not. So we're going to have to subtract $7 from the earnings in that hour. Now, a lot of these rides, so the first one started was a $1.50 surge. The rest of them were all $4 to $6 flat surge. So I was on Uber, Danny was on Lyft, and I'm going to show you in the same amount of time a side-by-side comparison. So yeah, we're going to do some rounding here. So 907, we've got 7 plus 8 is 15. Plus we'll do another 10 is 25. 25 plus 15 is 40. 40 plus 9, 49, minus 7 in tips, $42 in 1 hour. Okay, so and we're just I know we're estimating here. We're estimating. I'm going to say that off the bat because I know people are going to be nitpicking at my math here. So $42 hour. That's pretty dope. Until I finally got a ride that took me out of there. So then we're going to look. Danny, exact same time, was on Lyft, okay? So he had a freaking 45 plus to Gonzalez. That's his first one right there at 6:30. $45. Nice pull, Danny. All right. So hour of 9 o'clock. Again, we're estimating here. So we got about 8 plus 8, 16. Plus 9 is 20. Wait, hold on. Sorry, guys. Not all here today. So 16, 25. 25 plus, we'll say 12. We'll say 11. So $36, $37 in that 1 hour. Now remember, Uber is on the flat surge. Lyft is still on the multiplier system. So which one's better? You got to use your best judgment here. I mean, with Uber on the flat surge, now it's better to be on the short trips. Because if you get, for example, this is exactly what happened here. I was getting all these $4 to $6 flat surges in a row, minus the first one was $1.50 when it started raining. And then I just kept getting all these short trips. I mean, Danny and I talked about it after. He eventually switched over to, now remember, he was running both Uber and Lyft. I stayed on Uber because it was mainly in the flat surge, and I want to be more elaborate. I want to elaborate more on how to maximize your earnings doing it. Okay, so some strategy that I used this week, okay? And let's go into yesterday because I wanted to show you guys. Somebody said the flat surge does not multiply, but I wanted to show you guys that the flat surge sometimes multiplies, and Uber puts the reason why right. So this is a really nice pull right here from 651, 741. That 741 is a rematch. I got a rematch to Metairie. So, I mean, this was a really nice pull too. Now I get this ride, and I pick up these two chicks, and they're like, hey, after, we need to stop and get keys, and then, I'm going to the airport. Can you take me to the airport? I said, yeah, it's no problem. So she changed the destination when we got there to the airport. Thank you for the tip. Appreciate you very much. So look, do you see how, okay, it was a $3 flat surge ride, but it multiplied, okay? Because the passenger got charged more, they changed the route, and it doesn't always, but sometimes it does, okay? And when I checked the fare details, this rider was charged $69, but that's including the $3 tip, so $66 for this ride. For surge, I saw almost $16 of that. So yes, the surge does still multiply sometimes. I'm pretty sure it's when the passenger gets charged more. Although I can actually probably negate that with, I did pick up another guy, and he was like, hey, I mean, they were all four going to like different destinations. It was $1.50 flat surge. I was just driving them hotel to hotel, dropping them off, and it did not multiply. So never, it's sometimes it does, sometimes it does not. Okay, but yes, it is potential to multiply. I'm still making good money with the flat surge. It's now it's kind of shifted to the riders. The riders are getting price gouged, and both Uber and Lyft do it. All right, so some more strategy. We're gonna go back to this side. All right. So when I am not in the surge zone, okay, what I like to do is I'll be in the surge zone, and I'll get these short trips until I get a ride that takes me out of there. Well, then I set my destination back to the surge zone. And then once I get to the surge zone, usually what I'll do is, if I'm trying to get to, I'll either do Canal and Bourbon, I'll do Frenchman, or I'll do Cafe Du Monde as the number one pick up and drop off spot in the Uber platform, in the system. So I'll set my destination back to the surge zone. Then if I get a ride, which I usually don't, so I can save the destination filter. My whole point with this is, if you've not used or don't use or rarely use your destination filters, put them into play here. You have to use your destination filters. For example, right here, okay? I'm right around Frenchman, okay? I set my destination, if this is to, I think this one I set to Courtyard Marriott in the Warehouse District, because it was still surging over by Republic and all those clubs and stuff over there. So I set my destination that one way, I go that way, and then I set my destination back to stay inside the surge zone. Now I'm doing this throughout the week, so these are not all on the same night. You only get two, so you have to use them wisely. Well, here I made somewhere around $20 in just the two destination filters. So you have to, I know that it's not like an airport, anything big, but when you're in the surge zone, set your destination to stay in the surge zone. It guarantees maybe one or two rides there, and then maybe one or two rides back the other way. That's what I do. if I know I'm not going to use my destination filters for anything else, maybe you want one to get home, I don't know. But if I know that I'm not going to use my destination filters, this is exactly what I'm doing right here. So uh, I think that's pretty much, yeah. And this was working for me, guys. I mean, you can still make good money doing this, but the thing is it's a different system. I keep saying it. I know they're price gouging the passengers. I am not a fan of the flat surge, but can you still make good money doing it? Yes, you can. You know, it was stupid busy at the beginning of yesterday. Just stupid busy. Um, Here's another one where I'm downtown. I set my destination to Frenchman Street. If I can make the best use of my filters, I'm going to do it. You know, because if I stay in the surge zone and then I run out of destination filters, there's still potential to, when I'm out of destination filters, I'm still in the surge zone. So then I have potential to maybe collect 2 short rides, 3 short rides, and then I'll get one bigger ride that'll take me out of there. Now that's probably the best strategy that I've used to really maximize my earnings. You still can make good money. You still can. So there was one more I wanted to show you guys, and actually I do have the footage that they tried to pull a fast one on me. So when was it? Was it Saturday night? I think. Yeah, I put up some big numbers on Saturday. I just ran Uber, you know, because Uber. I think with the flat surge, this is not a bad city for the flat surge. Oop, we're dying on you. It's not a bad city for the flat surge because, like in Chicago, you get these 45 plus where you know trips every day. You see them pretty much where you know you really miss out on the long trips with the flat surge. With the multiplier system with Lyft, it's better to take Lyft for the long trips. But for the short trips, this is a good city because a lot of the trips, the majority of the trips are short trips. I mean, there was as much as like a $10 surge on Saturday night, I believe it was. I'm telling you, I was out there. I wanted to go over one more thing. This one, 11:13 p.m. And I have the footage, Uber. I have the footage that they tried to pull a fast one on you and me. So 13:03, rider canceled. Why? All right. So an event was letting out, and so you know, I get them. I find them, and they get in the car, and it only looked like there was 4 of them. It only looked like there was 4. There's so many people around, so I didn't know. But so I thought we were going. I thought they were closing the door. I started the trip, and then the door kind of was pulled back open, and somebody else squeezed in, a 5th person. So I said, ladies, the police are everywhere tonight. They're everywhere. You know, I was like, I can't risk this. And they're like, oh, come on, just go. And I was like, the police are. I'm sitting there looking at police direct traffic. All it takes is one look in my car and I'm getting a ticket, you know, and it doesn't equate. Even if I was to take, that was a $10 surge ride trip. Well, so they were like, okay, fine, we'll get out. So then they all got out. They just didn't want the ride. But then I still had the ride started. So I finished the trip. Well, no, I didn't finish the trip. I called her. It wouldn't let me cancel. I called her and said, you know, cancel. And she's like, are we still going to get charged? And I said, I don't know. I said, I didn't know. I had no idea. I thought it was maybe like a cancellation fee or something. But I did get the $10 surge plus the $303 for canceling. So if this instant, I called her and like it wound up being okay. She was really nice about it. But I do have the footage for that too. She canceled the ride. And that was it. And it sounded like another driver took all 5 of them. So without calling an XL. So I don't advise that. But But yeah, I mean, I had some pretty nice pulls this weekend. I did make some good money. Made about 1,400. I'm really tempted to go out and work tonight. It's been surging all night. You know, but I usually don't work on Mondays. Plus, I have so much I have to catch up on. So, but I'm really tempted. Oh, I like making money. So, all right, guys, I think that's about it. I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys go. I'm gonna plug my phone in, handle some stuff around here, and then um, so we'll do live tomorrow, of course. 7 o'clock's been working for us. It's a good way to, kind of hang out with you guys and stuff. And then Thursday, I got to get something together for you guys to post for the recorded rides. So I'll get that all together, and then I'll see you guys in the next one. Deuces.